Certified Secrecy with Level 7 and 7 Principles. I haven't done a video in a while. I think about 2 months at this point. Due to my father passing December the 1st. So first I want to say thank you to everybody who supported me during that time, with your love, with your best wishes, finances, the whole nine. You guys really came through for me, and I so appreciate it. And a lot of people want to know, how am I right now? Okay, my father passed a month ago, but it's getting better. You know, it's a process. It's a process. Especially because I was so far away from home and didn't get to see him before we transitioned. So, like I say, it's a process. But I'm doing better, and I'm obviously strong enough now to do a talk. And I've been watching, even prior to Daddy passing, I've been just watching what's going on out there in the so-called conscious or spiritual arena. And that's what it looks like to me. It looks like an arena. And it's sad. I don't see a lot of sincerity. I see a lot of people trying to be something that they're not. They're fooling the people. They're tricking the people. You know, it reminds me, like Luna, my twin flame, says to me, this like the last days, what it talks about in the Bible about there'll be a lot of false prophets. And so even before Daddy passing, I hadn't done a video in a couple weeks. I was just kind of, maybe a few weeks, I was kind of watching, and I just didn't want to be a part of that. And learning how to separate myself from that. And it started with watching what I eat. And through the mouth is not the only way to eat. We eat what we allow in. What we allow in. We eat what we allow in. So, what I was watching and listening to made me feel a part of what's going on out there right now. So, like I said, I just had to separate myself. There's very few people that I respect and will even listen to. And not that I feel all of us have all the answers. You know, there's certain people that just seem sincere in what they're doing. Let me explain this about myself. I don't know if I have in other videos, but a lot of the information that I bring is from source. I need y'all to understand that. When I say from source, I mean my connection to the Great Mother. What is revealed to me in my rest, the visions that I have in my rest, I wake up and I give them to you. Because I've always had this connection. I have a library. Half the books I haven't even read. But normally when I buy a book, it's because it to confirm what I just dreamt. Like, is this real? You know? So I'll go out and get information on what has been revealed to me. So it's very seldom that I'll just buy a book because the title was interesting. Like, what is a book? The book is but the mind of another man. And most men minds, and I don't mean M-E-N men or males. I mean people. And the minds of most people don't interest me. Don't interest Ceka at all. You know, take note of this. I changed the name on my YouTube channel. I've decided I'm coming out a little different, a little stronger, and I just don't feel like even sugarcoating or playing. The YouTube channel was Ceka, the Truth Frequency Transmitter, because that's what I am. I receive, again, these transmissions from source, and I'm sincere in what I do, and I do what I do. Like, I don't have to do this. I don't have to do this. But in the other sense, I do, because I remember agreeing to come to this planet to help the beings in the concentration camp. This place itself, Earth, in its entirety, was called a concentration camp. And that's why I'm here. So that's why I do what I do. I could very well just go for enlightenment for just myself and my family and going about my business. So a couple things I want to talk about. I want to talk about ascension and enlightenment. What is enlightenment? To be enlightened. You know, and I don't mean from the sense where if you're taught something, then you're enlightened. But to be the enlightened being is to be in the know, is to remove yourself from your desires so that you may be enlightened by source. Now with me, I would have called myself an enlightened being, but source told me that I wasn't. Not yet. Until source taught me what it meant. Not until I was removed completely from all of my desires, all of my vices. There's still things that I have to get over. So I'm not an enlightened being. And if you haven't released yourself from your desires in its entirety, then you are not an enlightened being. An ascended being is one who elevates in consciousness. Because we are pure consciousness. Before we are the physical, we are souls. We are souls on a human journey, meaning we're souls in this flesh, who've taken on the flesh to experience this journey. Before you are a soul, you are consciousness. See, a soul is just another body by which you travel the universe, says, and experience different forms of life. So it's an actual body too, a light body. But before you were, or you are a soul, you are consciousness. So in the flesh, riding this ship called flesh, you want to reach the ascended levels. You want to ascend. And that's to reach back into the consciousness, into your conscious self, to reach the pure consciousness, which is source. Source is a consciousness. And once you connected to source, you have become an ascended one. Now, I can say I am an ascended one, even though I haven't been enlightened. And that's because it's my job. I came here. I'm not special, but I came with certain parts of me unlocked. Certain portals were already open. That's why I have the sex magic and all the magic that I have. And I had to realize is that I'm not special. It's just that in order for me to do the work I was sent here to do, I had to come ascended. I am ascended, but I'm not enlightened. I'm in the same predicament a lot of people are in. I'm reaching for enlightenment, and hopefully my journey to the tropics that I've been told to do will aid me in that. I mean, there's so much I want to talk about. I don't know if I should break this up. I want to speak a little bit about the darkness and light beings. See, a light being is just a being that is electrified. A spirited being that is electrified. So in order for me to manifest in the flesh, I have to come into the light, the sun. Because the workings of the sun and the vibrations, tones, and sounds, frequency create matter. In the dark realm, you don't need matter. You don't need matter. You see? So on this side of things, again, in order to be a light being, you have to be in the light. You have to manifest as matter. A dark being, you don't have to manifest as matter. That's what it's considered. So you first come from the dark light. The womb is the dark light, and that is where we come from. The dark light. And to manifest as light beings. So you have a lot of people that's afraid of the dark, that's afraid to cross over to the dark. Or when you try, you'll go into meditation and some weird things happening. So they'll make the dark a bad place to be. Or they think that the darkness is, again, a bad place to be. But it's not, because everybody's thinking in duality. And I keep telling you guys, it's a trinity to everything. It's no duality. You could make it seem like that, but you could find the trinity in everything. So, in order to get from a light being to cross over to pure consciousness again, to a dark being, you have to cross a middle place that I call the place of nothingness. Although it's things there, what's in the nothingness? What's in the nothingness is low, very low vibration and frequency. And in low vibration and frequency, you have low vibrational and frequency beings that reside there. You have to get across that bridge to get back to pure darkness, pure consciousness. See, those low vibrational beings want to be light beings. But in order for them to be light beings, they have to manifest in the flesh. And they can't. So that's where you get possessions. They have to possess us. They have to jump into our ships because they can't form ships of their own. So they have to find a portal. They try to come through vortexes and stargates, meaning the womb. They try to come through vortexes so they can come out of the stargates here. But some people are so here in the flesh, light beings are so low vibrationals that they could jump into you. You see? So how do you get back home? How do you bring your consciousness back? How do you get across that bridge? How do you become ascended? How do we ascend? I'm going to give you what I was given to ascend, how I met Source years ago. Didn't realize that that's what it was until I moved to AZ and Source spoke to me and said, I've shown you myself, and showed me the other times that she, which is feminine, which is a balance of masculine and feminine energies, had manifested before me. And then recently, I was told to tell you guys this, to share this. Because I want to say this. You have all of these people out here, all of these people teaching all of this stuff. All of these people bringing just all of this so-called knowledge and this know to you. Then why are we in the predicaments that we're in? Why don't everybody have the abilities and the power that I have? If your leader is who they say they are and they're getting downloads right from Source, why aren't they ascended? You could look at a being and see the bullshit on the being. You could look at them and see like they're not completely there. There's something missing. Why aren't we going further? Because you can eat fruit all goddamn day. You can read your Bible all goddamn day. But the people aren't ascending. The people are still in Babylon. And let me get into that. What is Babylon? What is Babylon? There's two things I want to share with you. There's Babylon and there's hell. Babylon is you. Babylon is a state of mind. Because I can, if I have Babylon, if I'm full of Babylon, a Babylonian, and I go to a Buddhist monk's temple, I could bring Babylon with me. Because Babylon is a state of mind. It doesn't matter where you are anywhere you are can be Babylon. It's about your state of mind, your consciousness, your conscious level. Have you crossed over into the darkness? If you haven't crossed over back into the black light, then you're in Babylon. And again, you can take that anywhere you go. Now, hell is different. Hell is what we can't control. Hell is the system who's creating rules, who shut the parks down where you can't go to nature after dusk when you need to go to God at night. Hell is the rules, the pen, the paper, LOW, LAW law, or a backwards wall, the wall that they build in front of you that you can't get to your next levels. The things that they're doing and controlling to keep you in a low vibrational state so that you can be possessed by low vibrational beings, so that you never cross over. They don't want you to know that on the other side of that place called nothingness is God. So they just make you think the darkness is a bad place. But no, the light is a bad place too. Because it's that thin line where those dark beings, those low vibrational beings reside, at that crossover point, as beings cross over into this bullshit. You have to grow back into your consciousness. You have to get back, because when you come out as a child, you're in your innocence. But you're coming into a low vibrational place. You have to grow into enlightenment and ascension. So that even in the light is low vibrations. You see? But hell is that place that you can't control. Hell is the chemtrails. Hell is your government. Hell is the system. Hell is it's just more than just a state of mind. That's Babylon, you know? Hell is what you cannot control. But to free yourself from hell and Babylon, to free yourself from hell, you have to free yourself from Babylon. And that's your mindset. To free yourself from hell and that system of control, because freedom is attained by your choices. Freedom is attained by your own choices. So if you free yourself from Babylon and your mindset and accepting certain things and eating certain things and get yourself on high vibrations, then you won't even be affected by chemtrails. Your magic will supersede whatever they do. Because then they can entrap the body, but they can't trap your consciousness. And that's up to you. Remove yourself from Babylon so that you can get out of hell. Go where the fuck you want to go on this planet. You can go to the fucking tropics. You could go to Alaska, if that's where your journey takes you. Because it's just flesh. Is that where your journey takes you? But there's certain things that we need to do to elevate. There's certain things that we need to do, not just as melanated beings, all beings. Certain things that we need to do to get ourselves into higher vibrations. Especially what you eat is very important. What you eat here in that gas tank, what you eat here optically through your eyes, what you see, what you allow in your eyes when you watch a television or scroll on Facebook or Instagram or go to the club or a stripper club, what you're eating, because it's informing you. Your food is information. It informs you. Just like what you see informs you. Just like what you hear informs you. That's why it's so important to get into, what are your body parts? We teach our child like the nose, the mouth, the eyes, the hands, the feet. But do we teach them what they're for in righteousness? Do you teach your child that your feet are the carriers of the body? And that your feet should never take you, the ship, with you in it, into a place that's not righteous, or that's not for your ascension, that's not good for your enlightenment? Do you teach the hands what to touch, what to do, We teach our children to hit with the hands. Do we teach them that the hands are portals, just like the feet? Do you teach the hands, do you teach the child that the hands can be used to give and receive in spirit? Use the hands to do righteousness and light your fires and give love and give things away, and what to do with the hands, what to do with the eyes, the nose, the ears, what to do with the body parts, not just what they are. Know thyself. Check out my Know Thyself video. YouTube channel, BUTTOM11, bottom 11. Ceka, the truth frequency transmitter. What to do with your body parts. No, we don't teach them that. And we think we're doing something. This video is about the ascension. You have to ascend. You have to become enlightened to ascend. Meaning you have to remove yourself from Babylon to break the chains of hell. You will free yourself from hell if you remove yourself from Babylon. Babylon is in the mind. It's not where your feet are planted. Yes, there's some scientific things that can happen when a melanated being is in more of a tropical area or more heat area, like me in Arizona opposed to me up in New York. It's a better climate for me. For all of you, it's a better climate. You receive more ultraviolet sun rays, UVB, and all this stuff. Yes, that actually is true. It happens. But you can ascend in the mind. And that's to release yourself from Babylon. Because you have to be partially released from Babylon here to say, I want to go to the tropics and live this free life, this natural life, and get closer to nature. But again, why the fuck you got all these people getting closer to nature, but nature not talking to them? If you're getting close to nature, see, listen to this too. You have a lot of people say, I don't read books. Yes, we do. If you're watching YouTube videos, you're reading books. What is a book but the mind of another man? So if you watch a YouTube video, you're reading a book. If you watch your leader and you watch YouTube videos and you post YouTube videos on your page to prove your points, or that's where you learned what you learned from, you learned it from the mind of another man. So let's not say books anymore then. Fuck it. Nobody read books. But we're definitely intaking the mind of other men. That's how we learning. But the difference in me is I get my information from source and go to the minds of other men to see have they proven what, am I crazy? You know what I mean? That really just happened. Did I really just see this? As a matter of fact, my next video coming out is called A Conversation with the Elements. What has happened to me recently. Yeah, actually, as a matter of fact, it happened November the 19th. And I don't want to put it out there right now exactly what the video is about, because I realize people steal my content. They plagiarize a lot off of me. And at one side of that, it's a compliment, but then it's also irritating when somebody use your knowledge and don't give you credit. And I've been told to call names, like especially from my twin Flame, like she doesn't play. She just, people were really irritated and she think I should put people on blast. But I think it's giving them too much credit to do that. So I'm not ready for that. That's something I have to think about. But so I'm not going to say what the next video is going to be about in its entirety. I'll just do the video and let them steal it off of there. And again, to y'all, to people who watch my videos and do videos, have enough respect to say where you got the information from. How do we free ourselves? How did I free myself? Right here, I'm about to give you a secret to ascension and enlightenment. Right here, I'm about to give you a secret to enlightenment and ascension. First, become enlightened so that you may ascend. How do you become enlightened? Release yourself from your desires. Let go of the things that you know prevent you from ascension, from going to higher vibrations, from going to a higher consciousness. For 7 days, let go. Let go of the television, what you're eating that way. Watch everything you eat. Watch everything that you eat. Because it's informing you. So do everything that you know, personally, that you shouldn't do. From smoking, drinking, eating, listening, watching, touching, walking, everything that you know to do for 7 days, let go. And I promise you, that's the easy part. Because while you're letting go, then Source needs you to shut the fuck up. Don't speak a word to yourself. Don't hum anybody for 7 days. It'll probably be one of the hardest things you've ever done. If your master teacher can't do that, that motherfucker is not ascended or can't even begin to reach ascension. Excuse my language. Walk away from them. Not that if they haven't done it, because now they hear me say it, make them. Make your master teacher do it. Make your leader do that. I've done it several times. There's times I'll just go into solitude for 3 days. Won't say a word to a soul and won't eat one thing. Won't watch one thing. I go to myself and just be quiet. A lot of people say, well, a lot of people can't afford to do that. Well, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, but that's why I am that I am. That's why I bring what I bring. She gave me the space to do it so that I can reach her to bring you information. If your master teacher said that they can't do that, get away from them. Because they're coming out of ego. They're coming out of the self. No, ego's not wrong to be into the self. Egotistical is a bunch of bullshit, though. I mean, you're extra with the shit. It's too much of it. Be selfless. Sacrifice yourself for others, or you full of shit. But anybody can do this. It doesn't have to be your master. But I'm trying to show you something. All these people bringing all of this stuff. If they can't do this. If you're a preacher, Christian, have your preacher gone into meditation. Who the fuck ordained your preacher? God should ordain the preacher, right? You're not supposed to be, you're ordained and anointed by the Lord. If your preacher is not anointed by the Lord and went to fucking seminary school, get the hell away from them. That's how you know a false prophet. If the being didn't go before God, before Source, before Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, before Yahweh, before whoever, if your master teacher, preacher, teacher did not go before God, then they're coming out of the self. Because they could tell you things that they let go of. They could tell you things that they don't intake and don't do. But tell me when and prove it that you went before Source. Because when you do that 7 days of not saying one word, y'all, it's one of the hardest things you could ever do, because you're going to go through these challenges. You're going to go through these challenges. Your mind going to break. I did it several times. And the first time it was the hardest thing I had ever done. And the second time was even harder than that. Because after an hour of just not speaking to anybody, And then having beings around you, and you can't say a word. You can't communicate. It starts to feel kind of claustrophobic on your insides, like you want to break free. I mean, you can get into 2-3 days and you just want to scream, like, because you feel like you can't talk no more. Like, I want to just say, just to make sure I can still talk. And then there's signs. You'll know if that person was doing what they said they did, because after 7 days of not speaking, you can't speak when it's time to. Your vocals will lose strength, and you will talk like this. It can't come out. It'll take about an hour or two to be able to talk again. How about that? So go into solitude for 7 days. Don't say a word. Remove yourself from your vices for 7 days. Anything that it is that you do, that you know you're not supposed to do, that you know is not good for your ascension, that you know is killing the body that you're riding, killing your mind, counteracting signals that's trying to get to your consciousness, messing up your vibrations and your frequencies. I mean, even down to music, to the wrong tones. Pick a meditational music that you want to listen to for 7 days, nothing else. Bring yourself down to a meal a day and make it all raw, if you can. And just your water. Or even your food, juice it, because the less physical you do, the more spirited you become. So get yourself on a liquid diet if you can. Don't smoke, don't drink no bullshit, no sugars. Bring it all the way down. All the way raw, all the way to nature. Nature boys and nature girls, bring it all the way down to nature. Fuck your rice, your beans, your starch, all of that bullshit. Let it go. 7 days straight, eat a meal a day. If you don't have to eat, don't. I've done it without eating anything. I'm just trying to make it easy on y'all. Don't eat anything. Shut the fuck up. And then it gets a little stranger. The last 12 hours, the 7th day, for 12 hours, blindfold yourself and go into darkness. If any of you received my the ebook, Breaking the Cycle, A New Way of Seeing, if you haven't, hit my inbox or hit me in comments and tell me you want it, and I'll send you the link, or I'll just put the link down there. And the picture on there with me with the blindfold on, that was the first time I went into darkness. I did the 7 days, and I went into darkness for 12 hours. And my girlfriend at the time drew me. She was an artist. She drew me in that place. There's some steps you can take to make it easy if you could do this. If you find the moment, the time in your life that you could do this, then get the people around you to help. Like when I was blindfolded, I would tell them, I had signals. And I did all of this before the 7th day, so they would know. Because I didn't, on the 7th day, before I even started, so they would know. Sunday, I'm going to need you from this time to this time. If I raise my finger, that means walk me to the bathroom. Get me to the bathroom. If I do this, that means if I do this, I want water. If I do this, I want food. Whatever. Just have your signals, what you do, so that somebody can help you out if you need help in that. Or just for the 12 hours, don't do anything. Just sit there. Or go out in nature someplace where you can. Have somebody who can watch the children. Or that can aid you. If you have children that can aid you. Somebody who love you enough. If your spouse love you, and you tell them that you need to do this for their spiritual journey, for your spiritual journey, for your enlightenment and your ascension, and they don't want to help you, they ain't for you for real. Have somebody else help you with the children, where even if you gotta watch them, you can do things in the 7 days, but you can't speak. And you don't need to be around the idiot box. If you gotta shut your whole house down, and you tell the children, well, for 7 days y'all ain't watching TV because I can't do this. I need to do this for me. Once in my life, I need to do this for me, so we're not watching no TV from this day to this day. So get your books out, get them whatever they need to do, so you can shut down. And it's best to do your 12 hours in the AM, not the PM. See, that's cheating. It's easy to do that from 6 at night to 6 in the morning. Because at one part of that, you're going to sleep anyway. If you in bed by 8, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, you're cheating. You wasn't up in the darkness for 12 hours. No, do that shit from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. when you know it's light outside. That's the fight. That's what you want, that battle between you, yourself, and you. That inner battle, knowing that the light out there and all you got to do is take this off. Fight it. Fight your demons. Fight your lower nature. You see, when you first close your eyes, if you close your eyes right now, what you see is the back of your eyelids. That's not the darkness I'm talking about. That's not the darkness that you're going to go to. That's not the darkness that you're going to meet. That's not the darkness. That's a presence. It's funny. I don't know. I was sitting doing this, and I scratched my leg, and I got blood on my hands, on my leg. And that's funny because my father said, and there's a lot of blood coming out my leg just on a scratch. I just literally itch. I scratched my leg and felt something. I scratched. Maybe something was biting me or something just now, because blood pouring down my leg right now. My daddy always tell me that when you randomly see blood. But anyway, it's just interesting. But I forget what I was saying. But you have to fight yourself. You have to go through this battle with yourself to get back to the self. Because in that darkness, once you get past that, just looking at the back of your eyelids, you're going to go into another state of darkness. That's what you call imagination. That's what you call imagination. Is your consciousness. That's where your creation center has. That's your pineal gland fucking you in the head. Excuse my language. But that's your pineal gland penetrating thought. You're going to go into that darkness where thought is not thought is created, where thoughts shine light on ideas. See, ideas is the mental eggs. The mental eggs sit in darkness. You got to go to where the ideas sit. And after 12 hours, trust me, you will go. You will know it because the darkness is different. It's thick. Dark matter and dark energy. It's a thickness. It's a place where the blackness moves. And you can feel that the blackness itself is a presence. Go there. If you truly want ascension, and I see all of y'all trying for it, and I talked to Source, and Source said, like, I was an idiot, the way my guardians and stuff talk to me sometimes, like, tell them to do what you've done. And this came to me about a week ago. You've done it. Send them. So I don't know if y'all want to do it collectively, if y'all want to help. As a matter of fact, me and my twin Flame, soon, we wait until the weather get a little bit warmer. We're taking the camper out on the land, and we're going into this. And this is really for her. She's never done it before. And because we have a son, so I'll mostly take care of him so she can do this. Because I do it when I need to do it. Nothing stops me. My time is my own. So we're going to do it. If we want to do this collectively, y'all can let me know. Just hit me up in inbox or whatever. Or in the comments of the video. Let me know. We can do it collectively. Or if not, you don't need nobody. Do it yourself. I'm willing to do it with you, but do it yourself. If you really want to sense it, if you're listening, if you're under my frequency, tone, and vibration right now, then you know Source is talking to you. That's why this transmission has come to you. That's why I'm transmitting to you. That's why you're hearing the truth frequency transmitter right now. You're hearing it right now because it's meant for you. This is your moment. This is your moment to help you into ascension. Do what you want to do with that. I'm Darvad Ceka with level 7 and the 7 principles. I love you.